The 44th president, Barack Obama, on what he believes the 45th and 47th president, that would be Donald Trump, of course, has done to the dignity of that office. The comments are the first that Obama has made since President Trump reposted a video of him and the former First Lady as dancing apes. Here's Weijia Zhang.
Former President Obama has broken his silence nearly 2 weeks after President Trump posted a video that included an animation of the Obamas' faces transposed onto the bodies of dancing cartoon apes.
The majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling.
On a weekend podcast, he said those in the White House appear less disturbed.
There doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost.
The administration's initial response to the racist post came from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who said, "Please stop the fake outrage." But after a flurry of Republican leaders spoke out against the post, the White House blamed a staffer and removed it.
Have you fired or disciplined that staffer who posted the video from your account that included the Obamas?
No, I haven't. That was a video on, as you know, voter fraud. And fairly long video, and they had a little piece and had to do with the Lion King.
In a town hall that aired Sunday on CBS, Maryland Governor Wes Moore also spoke about the video and addressed whether he believes Trump is a racist.
I think the question of is he a racist should be posed to him, but frankly, I think his actions probably give the answer before he even has a chance to answer it himself.
In a new statement tonight, the White House accuses Governor Moore of trying to incite division with those comments and says no one has done more for the black community than Trump. Tony.
Weijia, while we have you, leaving that subject but sticking with President Obama and this podcast, he also said on that podcast that aliens are real. Do tell us more.
So, Tony, Obama initially said they are real, but he has never seen them. But later he clarified on social media, writing, statistically, the odds are good that there's life out there, but he saw no evidence during his presidency that they've made contact with us. So do with that what you will.
Appreciate the clarification, Weijia. Thank you.
So the rogue behavior of agents of the federal government is deeply concerning and dangerous. But we should take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary outpouring of organizing, community building, decency, citizens saying this is not the America we believe in, and we're going to fight back, and we're going to push back with the truth, and with cameras, and with peaceful protests, and shining a light on the sort of behavior that in the past we've seen in authoritarian countries and we've seen in dictatorships, but we have not seen in America. And that kind of heroic, sustained behavior in sub-zero weather by ordinary people is what should give us hope. And it should remind us that at the end of the day, the way we get a democracy that's working, the way we get policies that actually are helping working families get ahead, the way that we restore norms, rule of law, decency, it's going to be because we, citizens, are activated and paying attention.
Social media post that you took down earlier today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. They had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff.
Yeah, it is so interesting because it's like we take one step forward and then we take two steps back. And that's exactly what we've gotten out of this administration. And so for everyone that wanted to say that Black people were overreacting or that we were being dramatic, I want to be clear that it's not just his words, it's in his policy that he is slinging this type of hate, whether we're talking about ICE and how he deals with everyone, because it's not limited to immigrants, or whether we're talking about the rolling back of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I do want to be clear. I don't give Donald Trump a lot of credit for much, but I will say this. He is the king of distractions and division. And right now, he has everyone talking about the fact that he posted something that was racist, which frankly, if you've been paying attention, it was right on par. You're not surprised whatsoever. Right. At the same time, this is the day after he said, stop talking about the Epstein files. As more and more is coming out, as we're being told as lawmakers that we're going to be given an opportunity to start to physically go and inspect the files. He is trying to distract, and frankly, he is doing a good job of it. We know who he is. We know who he was when he got elected the first time. We know who he was when he got elected this time. And so there's not really much to be surprised about when it comes to Donald Trump and not really having a level of respect specifically for people of color.
The President of the United States sending out a racist trope should disgust every human being in this room, everyone. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, watched Kid Rock this weekend or Bad Bunny. You should be disgusted by the behavior of the President of the United States. It's disgraceful, it's racist, it's abhorrent. Any other circumstance, that person would be fired. Board of directors would ask him to be fired, be ashamed and humiliated, and would have apologized. He did none of the above.
And Trump is now trying to make an excuse for posting this racist meme. The White House is now telling CNN's Elena Trine that a staffer at the White House made the post. The post was made at 11:30 last night. Do you really believe a White House staffer made it?
Yes, I do. That is by far the most likely outcome. He just doesn't want people to believe it because that's not conducive to the narrative that he wants to push.
We about to fact check this first. If you mess with me, make sure you hit that follow button. Let's get it. What the hell is he talking about? First, you can't blame Donald Trump for that post because not only was it on his platform, it was on his account. Not to mention that he approved the post. I mean, if you done just a little bit of research, you would have realized that he said that he looked at it, but just only saw the first part and then gave it to someone else to post it. I'm sorry, this is the President of the United States. Why aren't you looking at everything that you're approving? Not to mention that the White House initial response was to defend it, decided to delete it 12 hours later. Do you understand that depicting black people as monkeys pushing the notion that black people are not deemed as human? Because back then they used pseudoscience and religion to push the idea that black people derived from monkeys and white people derived from Adam and Eve, which pushes the idea that black people are impulsive, which justifies why black people were enslaved. And you justifying your president doing that is crazy dancing right now.
Barack Obama has finally addressed the monkey video that Donald Trump posted of him and Michelle Obama. And I trust you, Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama. I trust you. Always have, always will trust in your leadership. But are you sure on this one? Because during that conversation, Barack Obama stated that when he is traveling, he meets people of different beliefs and they still believe in decency and they still believe in morale, and that a lot of people acknowledge the clown act that's going on in this administration in the White House, and that is not what they represent. And it's just like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because we were ready to ride at Dawn. Not even ride at Dawn, ride right now. Like, they playing with you. We're tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing it. And if Barack Obama is saying to stand down, I'm going to listen to you. Like I said, gotta trust your leadership. Always have, always will. But I don't know how much more I can take.
This is a distraction. Trump posted a picture of President Obama and Michelle Obama depicted as gorillas online, and while it's terrible, it obviously deserves to be condemned. I'm here to tell you that it's a distraction. Because what Trump doesn't want you thinking about is the fact that he has not delivered on his economic promises to his base or the American people. the fact that he's also listed in the Epstein files an innumerable amount of times, or probably most important in this moment, the fact that he's using ICE, federal resources, as a testing ground to see if he can infringe upon the constitutional rights of people who live in states that disagree with him. Okay? So when ICE is at the polls in a couple months here in the midterms, Trump wants you thinking about this, what we already know about him as a person, instead of that. Instead of him trying to undermine democracy. So don't get distracted.
Reports. And this video is going to be about how black Republicans in Congress responded to the racist video that Donald Trump posted, which portrayed the Obamas as apes. It's going to be done in a good, the bad, and the ugly format. Let's start with the good. The good is that even Tim Scott's tap dancing ass knew that this video was bad. He posted it, he hoped it was fake, and it was the most racist thing he had ever seen come out of his White House, and that he wanted it taken down. So I guess it's congratulations to Tim Scott for finally going a set of balls and standing up to Donald Trump. Now let's get to the bad. Representative Burgess Owens of Utah initially posted that the video was wildly offensive and appalling. So I'm like, oh shit, we cooking with fire. But then he rained on my parade and said that he knows Donald Trump's heart and Donald Trump cares about everyone. So what about John James, Representative John James in Michigan? John James posted that he was shocked and appalled by the video and that he was glad that the trash was taken down. But then he too followed up with, I know President Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is not a racist. So what about the ugly? Well, Representative Wesley Hunt of Texas responded. Well, actually he didn't respond. He had his white wife make a video to tell us that Donald Trump is not racist. And I'm not lying to you, he actually did that shit. So what about Representative Byron Donalds out of Florida? Well, he himself hasn't responded as of yet. If you go to his Twitter feed, it's full of posts about voter ID and the Winter Olympics. But Byron Donalds might have a good excuse. You know, he's got to keep his hair lined up and get that beard blacked at a black barbershop, mind you, because you know he's not getting that shit done at Supercuts. I mean, if we're being honest, Representative Wesley Hunt and Representative Byron Donalds care more about an endorsement that they can get from Trump for their prospective Senate and governor's elections than they do about people that look like them. All right, y'all, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Love to hear your opinions on this. Goodbye, and God bless.
Name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men, the Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized nor denied.
I don't think that it's a surprise to anyone that President Obama was able to respond back to this highly offensive video in such a diplomatic way. It's truly an art. I mean, I might be exaggerating. Forgive me if you think that I am, but the way that someone responds to something says a lot, because he would have every reason to be upset and wanna, express himself in that manner of being like highly upset about something where not only him, but him and his wife was depicted in a very, very racist way. To be honest, I don't think that it was hard for him, because I really feel like even no response would have been a classy response, because he's just truly a class act in this way. And that's why, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, he's always going to be highly respected and regarded, because it's all about how you choose to respond to things, as I just mentioned. And are we truly surprised that Trump would let this get posted? I don't think we're surprised by that either. Knowing he is not going to fire the person who allegedly posted this or sent it, whatever. At this case, I don't even know fully how this went. And the fact that he's not going to apologize that this was even posted, he knew about it. And he knew that it was just like a little sneak diss at the end. And he could be like, oh, it was just a staffer, knowing full well that he knew about it. So definitely not surprised by that. But again, it's just like, I really feel that the Obamas probably sadly are used to this, and this is what they expect of this administration. Just highly offensive things just being thrown at them still to this day. Like, think about it. Trump's first term was 10 years ago, and Obama still lives rent-free in his head. It's just laughable at this point. It's like, okay, you have your second term. Why are you still worried about me so much? That man is so envious of Obama. I think it's very apparent at this point. The fact that you could just be straight to the point, not be offensive, and say exactly what you need to say in just like a super diplomatic way. I wish I had that gift, because I don't. I will go in circles more than anybody to get to the point. And it's truly a gift that he has with expressing himself when things like this happen. And, you know, in regards to other things that he spoke about in the interview, I didn't watch the whole thing, but he just has the way with words to where it makes you kind of feel hopeful about things, even when you're in a bad situation as well. And he even had that during his 2 terms in office, I feel like, as well. Again, that's a subjective thing. Maybe some people might not even agree with that, but this is just not a surprise. Like, Trump just has a history of racism and not apologizing for it. So the fact that he's taking it into his presidency, I don't think anyone is shocked by that. Doing this while you're holding the highest office in the land, I still think that's a little like, whoa, you know, like, slow your roll. I think that it's laughable that they're trying to save face about, oh, we took it down. Yeah, it took you half the day. I think I read that it took 12 hours for them to take it down, and they knew about it. It's kind of like they're not even getting their story straight. And this is how it always is. They're scrambling to make up a story to be on the same page, but yet it just all ends up still looking like a huge lie that it's super obvious. But I mean, that's this administration for you. It's going to be something like this every day. This is not going to be the last bit. It's going to be something else. And that's just what it is. It's just going to constantly be distractions to get the public's mind off of these files, which no one is going to get their mind off of the files. I don't care what little offensive things you put in front of us as the American people. We are not going to forget. We are already on to you, because you are in those files, probably on every other page, and you expect a little video to get us distracted to where we forget about it? I don't think so, bro. You're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that to think that we allowed this. Not we, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, wow, this is our reality, where the highest office in the United States just gets to do this as if it's a Facebook post, delete it and be like, oh well. And they don't even fire the alleged staffer who did this. That's because there was no staffer that did this. It was all on him. And I don't care if it was just a 2-second clip. That spoke leaps and bounds on the racism that they have for not just the Obamas, but every black person in this country. Blacks for Trump, how y'all feeling about this? Let me know down below. We'll see if we get any responses on that. But yeah, even you know that it's bad. Speaking of Blacks for Trump, that Tim Scott had to respond, and he actually condemned it, which was the right thing to do. A lot of them are like, oh yeah, it's offensive, just like the clip said. Oh yeah, it's offensive, but I know he's not racist. Excuse me, then why did it stay up there long? If it was truly a mistake, once they would have known about it, it would have been down in minutes. Why did it take over 12 hours for this to be taken down without an apology or any repercussions for anybody that was involved in it? I don't know. It's kind of sounding like you're trying to save face a little bit as well. Like, what do y'all think about this as black people that support this man? Like, this is what he thinks of you. You were just votes for him. But yet, oh, he's not racist. I know he means well. When he's not even apologizing for it because, oh, he didn't see the whole video. Yeah, right. I think a lot of us wish that, just judging from my comments on my video from yesterday, it seems like a lot of us wish that Obama was still in office. And I miss him. I really, really do. Because my president would never do anything like that. But this is the times that we're living in right now. Unfortunately, we cannot get him back. A lot of people are kind of still holding out hope that Michelle would run. While that would be amazing for us as Americans, well, the majority of us anyway, I mean, it would take a lot for them to do that. When you really sit and think about it, it's asking a lot because in a way, are we being selfish about it? Because it took a toll on their marriage just with Barack running. I know Michelle would not want to put herself into all of that again. They're just trying to settle down and get back into private life. Constant racism that they're still receiving to this day. So I don't think that she would run if I had to guess. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much. Speaking of my video from yesterday, thank y'all so much for showing a lot of love and support on that one. I was not expecting that one to get into the algorithm and kind of blow up like that. As you can probably see, my videos have not even been getting 50 views. So the fact that it's where it's at right now, like I was totally taken by surprise by that. So thank you so much. If you are somehow watching this video and you saw the one from yesterday, I appreciate it. To all of my new subscribers from that video, I appreciate you guys as well. I hope that you guys stick with me. I'm going to speak about a lot of different topics. So I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and the like button. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See you later.